first of all, a simple diagram of the cubital fossa region. In order to get oriented on this drawing, we are going to identify this side as lateral and this side as medial. We know that because lateral is going to be on the radial side. Here's the capitulum, the head of the radius, capitulum, and here's our trochlea, which is going to articulate with the ulna here. Lateral epicondyle, medial epicondyle in this region. So we're really talking about the structures simply as they lay, and identifying, first of all, identifying the borders. So without dissecting and without separating things out, the borders would be basically like a triangle. So we have basically a border over here, which is going to be, we can kind of identify it like so. This is going to be the brachioradialis muscle on the medial, or I'm sorry, on the lateral side. So here's the border here like so, and it's going to be coming like that, so that's going to be muscle on that side. On the other side, on the medial side, we're going to see the border being the pronator teres. Again, teres means round, so this is kind of a round muscle like so. So we're going to draw the border kind of like so, coming off the medial epicondyle, knowing that it also has a head that's coming off the ulna down here. So again, we're going to do another diagram on another video that opens this up a bit, but this is just kind of in the anatomical. This is what's going to provide the border. So when you see this, then the most remarkable landmark then in the cubital fossa is the tendon of the biceps brachii muscle, which we know sneaks all the way down here to the radial tuberosity here, but we're going to draw it kind of like this, almost really dead center, the tendon itself coming up like so, and then we start seeing basically the muscle broadening out like this. So let's kind of put this like this, make the tendon here as the most remarkable landmark, and then the muscle coming out like so. So that's your biceps brachii. We know that what's underneath here, and actually you can sneak a little bit of the muscle, and I'll do this in a different color so that it's fairly clear, that underneath, forming the floor of the cubital fossa, is the brachialis muscle. So let's write that in. So let me write in the muscles here to kind of catch up where we're at. So we said this muscle is, pronator teres. This is biceps brachii, and then we have underneath here, so we see just little pieces of it kind of coming out. Actually, let's make this just a little bit more accurate, because you're going to see this coming up right up underneath the muscle. You can actually palpate it on the outsides of the biceps. So this is the brachialis. All right. So the other features then when we see here that we can actually palpate are the artery and the nerve. So the artery that we see coming down the arm, and it's really coming from the medial side of the arm, so kind of behind the biceps here, and sneaking out right next to the tendon like so. is the brachial artery, which as soon as it passes through the tunnel, which we'll show in another diagram, it's going to branch, but this is the brachial artery. Then, right next to that, coming down, kind of filling in this space between pronator teres and the artery, again coming down kind of from the medial side of the arm, is going to be our median nerve. And the median nerve is actually going to continue on down, and it's going to go through the two heads of the pronator. So we'll just kind of continue it on down like so. I know that's kind of, the color is kind of blending there, but that's the median nerve. So let's put that there. Now, this kind of goes on here. We'll show this when we open up, but we have radial nerve actually underneath brachioradialis coming down here, so we'll explain that further on another diagram. But anatomically, kind of before we actually do the dissection and open this area up, we have our prominent tendon of the biceps brachii here in the middle. And then going to the medial, have the artery, and you should be able to actually get your fingers right here, right up in this area, and feel a strong pulse. And then we have the median nerve that's coming down here, and that's kind of the anatomical positions without dissecting or opening up the areas of the cubital fossa.